Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick video on exact trig values. So what I mean by an exact trig value is a question could ask you what is the value of cos 30 without a calculator. So I've got a table here and I'm just going to show you a way to remember it. Now you can see you could be asked to find the value of sine 0, cos 0, tan 0, sine 30, cos 30, tan 30 and so on. So straight away if I'm looking there are 15 things you're being expected to remember. Now that's really hard. There's no getting around that. So we always know, it's going to come up, but we also know it's going to be worth 1 mark. So I don't want you to stress too much if you can't memorise these. Some people are just really good at remembering certain things. Other people aren't so much. So I'm just going to show you a little trick that I always use to help memorise these. And again, hopefully it will help you. But if you can't get your head around it, if it's just too much to remember, which it won't surprise me at all if it is, it's 1 mark. It's not an issue. Okay, we never worry too much about it. But like I say, some people might just be able to pick this up straight away. So I'm going to fill this table in. So just to clarify, I'm going to be filling in what value of sine 0 is here, sine 30 or tan 45. Okay, that's what I'm going to be filling in. Now these are the only values you'll be asked about because they've actually got quite nice round answers and they follow a nice pattern. So the very first thing I'm going to do, and again, you're probably just going to have to go with it, take my word for it. I'm just going to write out 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. The sine. So my pattern for sine goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my pattern for cos is exactly the same but in reverse order. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the exact values, if you want to find the exact value of any sine or any sine or cos of any of these angles, what you have to do when you've got this table filled in is put square root sign around every single one of these numbers. And then you're going to want to divide it by 2. So you're going to square root every single one of those numbers and then divide it by 2. So I imagine at this stage it makes very little sense. But what I'm going to do now is give you some more exact values. I'm just going to evaluate some of these, the ones that I can evaluate. So I'm going to be using my knowledge of thirds and perfect squares here. So, square root of 0 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Square root of 1 is 1. So I could actually write that as 1/2. Square root of 2, well that's going to be a third. That's not a very nice number to deal with. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. Again, the square root of 3 is not a very nice number to deal with. So I'm going to leave it as square root of 3 over 2. Now the square root of 4 over 2, that's going to be, for square root of 4 is 2. And I'm dividing that by 2 as well. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. So these are the actual values I'm dealing with. Sine 0 is 0. Sine of 30 is 1/2. Sine of 45 is root 2 over 2. Sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. And sine of 90 is 1. Now the reason I didn't just give you those straight away is because there's actually no real pattern here if you just look at the black numbers. 0, 1/2, root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2, 1. Not many people can see a pattern here. However, if you remember this sequence of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, square rooted and over 2, you're going to get it correct. Okay, so just remember sine, well, I always remember it, lots of people remember it in different ways. Sine ends in in, and that is increasing. Okay, sine increasing, S-I-N, I-N, increasing. And cos. Now, actually, if you remember sine, you're going to easily remember cos because they are just reversed. So that is going to be 2 over 2, which is 1, root 3 over 2, just root 3 over 2, and root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2, root 1 over 2, let's just call that 1 over 2, and root 0 over 2 is 0. So actually, I've already got 10 of those values straight away. Now, the final one, I'm not going to lie, I'm rubbish at remembering this one, and I need to do this trick when I'm doing it myself. So, just a nice little relationship that you wouldn't actually see until beyond GCSE, but you can just have a look at it now to help you. If you take the sine of any number and divide it by the cosine of that number, you're going to get the tan of that number. So sine over cos equals tan. So the way I've laid it out here actually makes it really nice. So the value of tan 0 is going to be 0 divided by 1, which is 0. So I'm working downwards. Okay, I'm just looking for my pencil, which I have mislaid. There it is. So I'm working downwards. Okay, next one I've got is 1/2 divided by root 3 over 2. So I'm going to write that down. 1/2 divided by root 3 over 2. Now remember, when you divide a fraction, which is actually quite a nice revision for that, you are going to keep, flip and change. So it's going to be 1/2 times 2 over root 3. So that gives you 2 over 2 root 3, which simplifies to 1 over root 3. Okay, now you are going to want to do root 2 over 2 divided by root 2 over 2. Now anything divided by itself is just 1. Now you're going to want to do root 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2. Okay, so that is going to give you root 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 1, which is root 3, or 2 root 3 over 2, which is just root 3. Okay, and finally, we're wanting to do 1 divided by 0. Now, you should know, when you try to divide anything by 0, it's not defined. We can't do that in maths. So actually, the value of tan 90 is undefined. You won't be asked that in an exam, but it is actually just good to be aware of, just for completion. Okay, so just remember, it's based on, all of these are based on the square roots from 0 to 4 all over 2. I'm just going to fill in the table properly here. So 0 in black, 1 over root 3, 1 root 3, and undefined. I'm just going to put a slash there. One thing you do need to be aware of, we can actually rationalise this if we want to. So we could multiply the top and bottom by root 3. Give you root 3 over 3. The top and bottom have been multiplied by root 3. Those are your exact trig values. Please do not spend a lot of time memorising these. Some people will pick this up really quickly, and that's great, and they'll probably pick the mark up in the exam. Most people, though, can just have a go at remembering them, but there is a lot more content you should be focused on. Yeah, I remember when I was at school, I was really rubbish at remembering these. It's only since I've become a teacher and I've seen them lots and lots and lots that I've managed to get my head around them and remember that pattern. So do not stress too much if you can't get your head around this. It will only be 1 mark. But the flip side is, if you've got quite a photographic memory, that is going to be a mark you might be able to just pick up from kind of being in autopilot. So hopefully that has helped you guys. and I will see you later.